Hey guys, it's Coach KJ, and I am outside today. The weather's beautiful. I figured, hey, you know what? Why not give it a try and let's see what happens out in the sun. So I'm here and I'm actually talking to April Chambers, and she's going to tell us a little bit about more about her business and um something that would be beneficial to a lot of people. Something that I have heard about over and over again. I've kind of worked loosely with regards to some of my coaching and supervisory roles. But April's going to tell us a little bit more about her, this item that we have heard of before called trackers, and actually how to detect them, how to remove them. So, April, thank you so much for joining me.
Yes, good afternoon. I'm so glad you're outside. I'm not, but it's okay. So I'm
Oh,
April Chambers. I am the CEO and founder of Angels Haven Incorporated. I am a nonprofit organization, and my mission is to provide spiritual nurture to those seeking wholeness and release trapped trauma to help people heal after suffering from abuse, partner abuse, or domestic violence. We call it so many different things, but we know that it's abuse. We know that domestic violence has doesn't discriminate, whether it's male, female, black, white, short, tall. It doesn't matter. And there are
old
many
or
forms
young?
of abuse. Yes, old or young, male or female, little boy, little girl, same sex. It doesn't matter. Abuse still resonates, and it's been an epidemic long before the pandemic started years ago. I am a survivor. I don't call myself a survivor. I call myself a conqueror of domestic violence. I've
Excellent.
been out 24 years. And so I have devoted my life into helping individuals either escape or just heal from the emotional and abuse from trauma. Because even though you may have experienced many forms of abuse, the healing process is different for everyone. And so, my mission today, we're going to talk a little bit about this would be considered cyber abuse because the tracking is through either a computer or a device, and I can quickly go through some of those things. Um, One of the main things people are using are the air tags, and we know air tags typically are used or are supposed to be used for like tracking your luggage. So we put an air tag in your suitcase so that if the airport loses your luggage, they can find it. Well, some person who is an abuser who wants to manipulate and track their person, they will get an air tag and put it in your car. Very discreet because I wish I had one with me, but I don't. But they're
What is
really
the size of an
small.
ear tag?
Oh my gosh.
Size of a credit card?
Smaller. So about a quarter,
About the size of a quarter.
size of a quarter. And
Is it
they're
is it
flat.
flat?
Yeah, and they're flat. And so they can be placed anywhere in the car under in the glove box in the most times they're under the tire in a trunk. Sometimes they are magnet and they're stuck under the car. Sometimes they are placed in a person's pocketbook. They can be placed anywhere that you wouldn't know. Parents also put them inside the tongue of their child's shoe because you can sew it in to track the child or the book bag in case something happens. Also, on our lovely cell phones, I know on my iPhone, my daughter and I share our location. So because I'm single, she like, and we want to know if something happens. If I go on a date, and if I can't get the tag number or say I'm meeting the gentleman there, we have location tracker in case, I'm dating a crazy person. She knows where I am. She knows, when she knows my location. We also do that for our teens, but abusers are also doing that to track um, their partner. You can also go to your fire department and also contact your police department. They have scanners. You can also buy the scanners on Amazon. We also do that in hotels. So you can get it on Amazon to track to see if there's a camera in your room, in the bathroom or what have you. So there are little devices you can buy to track tracking devices.
So let me t let me
If
take you back for 1 second. So you're
Sure.
talking about these tracking devices. So they're what you're saying more or less is they're not really visible to the eye. Like we wouldn't just necessarily see them standing out or anything like that. Maybe like a
Well,
battery size.
you wouldn't because the person doesn't want you to see it. So they're going to hide it. It's going to
Okay.
be in a non-disclosed place. It's going to be in the bottom of your pocketbook where you really wouldn't be noticing it. It's going to be in your car, in your glove box, or in your trunk underneath of your tire, something you're not going to be checking. You might be putting groceries in there, but you're not going to be checking underneath the carpet, underneath of your tire. And so that's some of the common places that the air tags are being used. There are
And
other
what?
devices, not go ahead.
No, go ahead. The other devices.
There are other devices, they're not called tracking, they're not called air tags because an air tag is specifically going to the can be going is going to the Apple device. But there are other tracking devices you can purchase on Amazon. I mean, you can even get something as small as like a pea, like a pea or a tic tac, and
Mhm.
attach it to your shoe or
Wow.
attach it to your dashboard, so that it's recording. And most people are getting these and putting them in their dashboards in case they are getting
Pulled
pulled
over or
over.
something. Right, right.
But also remember, your partner also may have cameras around the house, to make sure you're not having company or listening into your conversations
Hold on
with
one
your
second.
girlfriends.
So sorry. So when the person buys this, what do they have to say to buy it? You can just go, anybody can just go to the store and buy a
You
tracker.
can go right on Amazon right now and put in tracking device for Android or iPhone. You can just put in AirTag. You can just put in tracking device, and thousands will come up on Amazon. It's that easy.
Wow. And what is the
They
cost of a
also
tracker? Is it like it's not expensive?
uh $20.
Oh, wow. Wow. And so you said some of them can actually record your conversations as well?
Yes, because you can get a cam, a miniature teeny cam that looks just like a pea or a corn kernel. And it's just on your it could be anywhere in the house, you in a plant, and it's recording you as your conversation, and they can see what you're doing on their phone. So
And
you can
what is the radius of it? Like how far? I mean, do I have to
it,
be
it, it depends. In those when you are purchasing it, you have the option to be specific on your recording capabilities and how far the capabilities. What you could be sitting outside, or say you have a pool in your backyard and you may be sitting on the porch. It depends. These things are supposed to be for safety, but people are using them for other means, to track you and to know your everywhere about. And it's a form of control. If that's a part of the abuse and your red flags, it's a part of control. Anytime an individual is contacting you more than 2 or 3 times a day because they want to know what you're doing, where you're
can you
at.
talk just a little bit louder, April? I can barely hear you.
Anytime an individual is contacting you 2 or 3 times a day to find out your whereabouts or to find out where you are, what you're doing, that's a form of control because they want to know what you're doing every moment of the day. A lot of people look at it, oh, he just loves me, he just cares about me, he wants to know. No, he wants to track you. He wants to control you. He wants to manipulate and know your every whereabouts. That is not cute. It is not romantic. That is a red flag. If someone is calling you more than once or twice a day, not just saying how you're doing, but where you at, what you doing, how long you're going to be gone, and making you feel wrong for hanging out with your family or hanging out with your friends, the first thing an abuser wants to do is isolate you because they don't want you around other people to give them the hints of what they're doing to let you know that you're in an abusive situation. So these are some of the red flags that we talk about in my weekly group. We meet every Wednesday at 6:30 on Zoom. And these are some of the red flags that we talk about in our support group.
So you were saying that you can go to the fire department or the police department to have it removed, right? So
You can
if
do it.
that's the case, do you have
You
to
can
make an appointment? Can you just drive up? Like how often can you go check?
I would call and say, I think I'm being tracked. And can I come in for you to either remove the device or let me know that I do have a device? There's also things on Amazon you can purchase to see if you do have a tracker on your call, if you have it. There are devices you can purchase to detect trackers.
Wow. So with this being said, when you go to the police force or when you go there, let's say you go there, can you go there like once a week, once a month? I mean, there's no limit on how often you can go. Am I
Well,
correct?
that's why I would call and have a conversation with your local police department and let them know that you're in an abusive relationship and you believe that you are being tracked and you want to find out where this tracker is and or if they can help you remove that tracker.
And how long does it typically take them to inspect the entire car?
Well, it's a device, so it doesn't take very long. It's a signal that, they're just going to run through the car or around the car and it will pick up fairly quickly.
Wow. Excellent, excellent, excellent.
It's just like when the fire department comes in and say, for instance, you have a fire in the wall, they have a device that they just, scan and it comes up automatically where the fire or the heat is coming from and they're able to detect a fire. It's the same thing with tracking devices.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, this is great information about the trackers, but also you provided information about your the services that you provide because even if people are being tracked or if they think they're being tracked, there's a certain sense of tension, anxiety, whatever may come along with it. And it's always great to have an effective support system to help you process that information. So
Yeah.
once again,
Yeah,
could you kindly
yeah,
share your contact
absolutely.
information so that if
Yeah.
someone is going through or thinks they might be going through, or if they have a friend going through,
Well,
that they
first
can
of all,
contact you for more information?
you can contact us via email. And also I would say the main source of finding out what we offer classes, our support groups is going to our website, which is angelshaven.com. And that's ANGELSHAVINN.com. It's right behind me. And click on services. Oh, and also up and coming events. You will see every Wednesday is the same Zoom link. Every last Saturday of each month is the same Zoom link. But we meet every Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. and every last Saturday. And it happens to be this Saturday, we're meeting this Saturday at 6 o'clock Eastern time. And the Zoom information is on our website. We have newsletters, we have resources, we have everything you would need. It's a safe space. You can have your camera on, you can have your camera off, but it is a safe space that we use on Zoom in order to have individuals come and talk about same situations where they can't talk about it with their girlfriends or family members, but they can share different resources, different coping mechanisms. We offer therapy. I'm a certified life coach as well, so I offer coaching classes. Anything you may need in order to escape your abusive situation or heal from your abusive situation, Angels Haven is here to help you.
Right, in order to safely escape, because there are people who
Safely.
escape, but if you don't have the right systems in place, you could actually put yourself and those around you in more
Yes, you have
danger.
to.
So
You have to
knowing,
have a safe. Yes, you have to have a safety plan. You never tell your abuser you're leaving. Never say that. And you never tell your friend or coworker or family member, you never tell them to just leave because they can't. And that could cause it could be a life or death situation. So there are safety plans and there are plans in place. We actually did a webinar with the House of Ruth here in Maryland on safety planning. And so I do have that I can send to someone. It's very specific. But we have tools that are used for safety planning. Safe words that if say for you call someone and if you call the police you pretend like you're ordering a pizza and they know that you're in a domestic violence situation. So they're not going to come to your house and deliver your pizza. They're going to come and help you. So when you call the police department and tell them you want to order a pizza, they know that this is a domestic violence situation, and then they come to your house.
Excellent. Excellent. Thank you so much for everything. And if there's a hand signal that I've seen too. Do you know what that hand signal is?
It's like that you just put your hand down and like this,
Uh-huh.
and you do like that, and try to put your hand behind you so the person in front of you or beside you can't see it. And you can also Google these hand signals. Anything you need to know about domestic violence and safety, you can always Google it. If you can't get a hold of me, if you don't have time and you have access to your phone, you can always Google any information. But all the information also we talk about doing our support groups every Wednesday at 6:30 and also the last Saturday of the month. If you ever want any information, feel free to visit or join our group every Wednesday. We're here for you.
And the other thing I want to mention is often with domestic violence websites that offer assistance to victims, there's an opportunity to do it incognito or erase the information so that way, if your abuser has access to your information, they at least will not know that you're seeking help. Because as soon as they know that you're seeking help, that is when danger can start to happen, or you can put yourself in a precarious situation. So you don't even want them to have any clue, any inkling that you're talking to a lawyer, that you're talking to the policeman, that you're talking to anyone about leaving. So once again, remember that safety precautions
a lot of people are getting those throwaway phones and have a separate phone, not at home or just somewhere safe, kept at work, somewhere where their abuser won't see it. That way that they set up a whole different email account. It's a whole different phone number so that they can't be tracked, because 9 times out of 10, they can copy your phone. There's ways that they can get hacked. And that, just like I can see, if I wanted to, I could see all of my daughter's information. If we combine the phones, I could see her text messages. She could see mine. There's so many ways to combine phones now and so therefore I recommend that you go to your Walmart or your 7-Eleven and purchase a whole new phone, and also create a separate email address that has nothing to do with your identity. It could be peanut butter and jelly 123 at whatever, but I would suggest creating a whole different email so that emails are not coming into your regular email box, and then have a whole different phone number for texting and for calling when your abuser is not around.
Excellent. Excellent. And once again, I just want to say thank you so much for everything, April. If you could just one last time share your information, just in case if people are gathering all this information and not getting a chance to write, we want to make sure that we leave them with your contact information.
Absolutely. Our phone number is 301-246-3131. Email, if you want to contact us by email, would be support@angelshaven.com. And then the email address is angelshaven.com. So it's support@angelshaven.com for emailing, and then angelshaven.com to visit our website. And that's the spelling behind me.
Angel, you're doing a phenomenal work. And I know sometimes people may be so much in the midst until they forget to say thank you for what you're doing. But what you're doing, you're helping individuals, and you're helping all the ones around them that love them get the support and hope that they need. So thank you for everything.
You're welcome.
All right.
And join us sometime on our Zoom meetings.
Huh?
Join us sometime on our Zoom meetings.
I was on the Zoom meeting. That's how I met you.
No, but I want you to come and talk about your book also.
Excellent. I will.
Yeah.
I will. I love it. Thank you again for everything, April. And we'll talk soon.
Absolutely.
Okay. Don't hang up.
Bye-bye.
I'm disconnecting. Oh, yeah. Don't laugh at them. I can't find that doggone mouse again.
You want me to just leave?
Yeah, just leave. Just leave.